Every morning, we rise, ready to meet our human potential, to take that next incremental step, to do the hard work that changes. Set in our preparedness and confidence in that moment when you know, I've got this. And then we rise. Each of us, all of us. We rise as passions coalesce in research, art, athletics, and beyond. We rise to the challenge of inquiry and discovery through undergraduate research and hands-on learning. We rise through the personal attention of a small college fueled by large university resources. We rise to the need for listening across differences, teaching the art and the act of conversation. We rise to the sounds of a vibrant, diverse, and culturally rich city, and we reflect it. At Trinity University, we recognize that you are here because you are ready to rise. And through a love of learning and a life of learning, we will challenge you to always reach beyond the horizon. Because your future awaits.
Good evening. Welcome to Paul McGinley Field here on a hot Tuesday night football here between the Trinity Tigers and the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs in the final women's soccer non-conference game of the year. We'll run you through the starting lineups. Start with the Bulldogs. Alyssa Marquez in goal. Natalia Cortez, Lily Noblet, Monica Sitashit, Ashwin Suarez, Kelly Brame, Jessica Robinson, Madison Herrera, Caitlin Roach, Nolania Gel, Clarissa Martinez. Two changes for them. Sitashit is in and Madison Herrera are the two changes from the team that played on Saturday and lost 1-0 to Hardin Simmons. I think one to keep an eye on is Kelly Brame. She's in the top 10 in TLU history. 4 assists. Now Trinity Tigers. One change for the Tigers. I think people that have been watching a lot are going to be familiar with what position it is. It's in goal. 42, Trinity Jefferson comes in for Lauren Little. And then the rest of the lineup unchanged. Malia Cesar, Alex Doran, Hannah Khan, Bree Werner, Kylie Harris, Darian Williard, Ilsa Newland, Madison Bargansky, Kayla Boven, and Ellie Creek. My name is Chris Hockman. With me is Scott Lebo. And Scott, pretty familiar lineup. Are we starting to maybe see Trinity figure out the starting goalkeeper situation?
Yeah, I think that's the last pen to drop in a way. You know, the rest of the team seems to be kind of set, especially as we've seen over the past few games. Lineup has become very predictable from them. But I think you said it to me before we were on air. I think we're getting there. I think we're going to very soon see who this starting goalkeeper is going to be. And we're going to probably have it set in stone at least between 2 players, no longer between 4 of them.
Yes, I suspect this might be the last time we see Trinity Jefferson in goal. Born to play here, essentially. But she's been impressive when she's played. I think one to keep an eye on, Bree Werner. She's playing her 50th career game. She went past 2,000 career minutes and 10 career assists in Sunday's win. Could also say Madison Bargansky, who scored a brace. A brace is the most goals you're allowed to score in San Antonio. I think there's a law against it because it never seems to happen. You get subbed out every time you're on a brace in this city. So I think there's a law. Once you hit the line in 35, that's it. No more hat tricks. Short trip for Texas Lutheran. They're only from Seguin, not too far from here at all. Just a short little drive in the hill country, so pretty close. A lot of their players are from San Antonio, the San Antonio area, have gone to high school here, so a lot of familiar faces for folks involved in San Antonio soccer. Sizable crowd from Texas Lutheran have made their way out here. Because a lot of them just live in San Antonio. A lot of the parents are here from San Antonio.
It could be easier for them to come to this game than the home game.
Home games normally, yeah. So, especially having to beat the traffic on 35 and everything out to Seguin. So, it's a whole thing. But this is a replay of the SCAC final from last year. 1-0 win to Trinity on that occasion, which kept the record 0-27-1 for the Bulldogs. So they're up against it, but they've never really been terribly out of it lately. There've been some entertaining tight games. And a replay, of course, of the SCAC Championship. Like I said, we're going to do the anthem, and then we'll be back to get things started. All right, we're back. Players will shake hands. I don't know if we've had the toss yet. I don't think we have, actually. So I look for a weather report. I've probably got to switch to... Hey, I kept it in freedom units. 94 degrees right now. It's the hottest it's been in a while, actually, for these games.
Yeah.
Been sort of high 80s lately, so...
Yeah, today's been a tough day, too. I mean, the heat is one thing, but the humidity today has been pretty rough. When I checked this morning, it was at 62%. Not sure what it's at right now.
It's down now. It's only 39%, but it is still pretty oppressive.
Yeah.
It says it feels like 95 degrees. The average, though, is 12 degrees cooler than this for this day every year. So a bit of a hot one. Man, it's a hot one, as Rob Thomas featuring Santana. No, Santana featuring Rob Thomas. So, it is warm. We might get lucky and get cooler this weekend, but expecting some rain tomorrow, but we should be okay today. So nothing disrupting this game. We're all a little anxious about weather after we've had one cancellation this year. So we will see. It'll be the Bulldogs in the yellow, the Tigers in the maroon, the referees in orange. It's a lot of colourful system here. Normally we see somebody in white or black every game. Well, notably, all the referees long sleeves today too, which is My gag is always somebody's got a bad tattoo and they're covering it up. But I actually know these guys, and they're all actually they're worried about getting sunburn all the time, and so they've all experienced sunburn in a game, and that is the worst because then you can't get cold again. So you know. So, you know, it's definitely no fun getting sunburnt when you're exercising because your body then can't cool down. I know this firsthand. It's the worst. You're just hot and you can't cool down and you don't want to do anything anymore. So, don't want to mess around with it. I can understand it.
Can't blame them. Looks like unlike on Sunday where the Tigers set up to go against the Sun and not have to deal with that being in keeper's eyes. I think maybe they didn't.
And I will tell you why.
Advantage.
It's because they lost the toss.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If you're not familiar with how we know that without being there, losing team kicks off. So that's how it works. If you lose the toss, you kick off. So not just knowing that the goalkeeper's going to have the sun in their eyes, it's that they're kicking off is how we know that they lost the toss. Which I think a smart decision for TLU. Give the keeper the sun in her eyes, Trinity Jefferson. She's had a few appearances. Unfortunately, one of her first appearances, her first action was to pick the ball out of the back of the net. She came in on a free kick that was scored off of. But she has made her first save. She only conceded 4 goals in her last season as a high school player in her senior season, the first-year goalkeeper. But we are underway. Tigers in the maroon, they're going to be going from right to left on your screen. Bulldogs in yellow going from left to right on your screen for this first half. Tigers League starting with intent, which we didn't see a lot of on Sunday. They kind of got off to a slow start. This team can be a slow starting team, so it's not a big shock.
Well, after the game, Coach Harrison described it to me as a heavyweight fight where body blows in the first half, they count in the second half, and I think that's exactly what happened on Sunday, that the Tigers, put in some body blows, held possession, made it really difficult for the opposition, and then found their way in the second half, got that knockout punch when they needed to.
Yeah, look, there's no points for scoring early. You don't get extra. They all count for one. Good opportunity here for TLU. Gel. Lays it back for Cortez. Back with the Gel now, and Gel plays it out wide left. Opportunity for a shot. Has it go? It's a bit too close for Jefferson, and she gathers. But good early look for TLU. I don't mind that. Put some pressure on the keeper early. We'll have another look at it. She definitely had the space open up for her to have the shot. So
yeah, it gives her the room for the shot there. It's not something you see often from Trinity. They often step up, and there's another chance. Ooh.
It's a good start from TLU. You've said this previously, that teams coming in can often show Trinity a little too much respect and sit back.
Yep.
And it's always refreshing seeing a team kind of put the pressure on, because Trinity has this record of being a slow starter.
Yeah.
Like, it shows it bears up statistically. They're often a slow starter in games, in seasons. And so coming and attacking Trinity from the start isn't actually a bad idea, because you can sometimes catch them out.
Yeah, well, I think their game plan, again, is often to hold the ball and work an opponent down. The phrase in soccer is often called breaking the opponent down. That doesn't just happen in a 5-minute span. It happens over the course of a game. And so Trinity often don't score right away. They start to build a foundation for what they want to do the rest of the day, but leaves them vulnerable in the first few minutes as they start to build that hold in the game.
That's a rare stray pass there from Ilsa Newland that the Bulldogs tried to capitalize on. Possession's been heavily with the Bulldogs. Trinity haven't really had much of a look, apart from an early ball out to Hannah Khan early, although now maybe Barganski putting pressure on. She scored a brace on Sunday. Again, that proud tradition of no hat-tricks allowed in San Antonio city limits.
Great read from Kayla Bovin there.
Yeah, she cut out really well. Switched out wide.
Oh, that's great from Doran.
The ball well cut out. Offside, though, is the decision. And so, relieve some of that pressure, but decent early look there for Trinity now.
I do think that's part of the reason why a lot of teams don't necessarily come in and stick it to Trinity right away. When you open yourselves up like that, leaves the opportunity for Trinity to counter like that.
Yeah,
and
Trinity
that was a
are
quick
dangerous on the counter for sure. But I don't think TLU was necessarily exposed there. It was just kind of a wayward ball that Boven capitalized on. Yeah, I think he called the free kick. Yeah, he did. I mean, that was a little hard to argue. Not a ton of intent to handle the ball, but if you put your arms up, it's going to be given every time. Ball sent long by Trinity. Yeah, I think I would have liked to have seen them play that one on the deck. Just the numbers were always going to be there for TLU as they come away with it. Played forward. Numbers there, though, for Trinity at the back. So both teams being pretty responsible defensively, not getting too eager. You know, look, we're 5 minutes into a 90-minute game. You got time. Malia Cesar. Laid off for Doran. Ball goes forward, but to no one in particular. That will allow Alyssa Marquez in the TLU goal to claim it.
I think that's been my biggest concern with the Trinity team so far this year is that sometimes that patience that characterizes them as a team slips away in these early stages, and they get frustrated really early on, hoping to get a goal sooner than they need to get a goal. And I think right there is a perfect example of that. It was great build-up play. Malia Cesar and Ellie Creek combining well. Opportunities there. Doran's in space. Barganski's in space. And Bree Werner just forces a ball that wasn't necessarily on. I think there was time and space for her to carry, find a teammate. A lot of different things there.
Yeah, there was definitely time. But I think often it can be hard to understand how much time you have when you're on the ball too. You just look around and you see someone close to you, so you're like, well, I've got to. The options aren't really there when they are.
Well, also, we keep going back to that word composure. It's really important to have composure on the ball, especially at this level.
Good high press there from the Tigers. Khan now putting pressure on. She actually made a challenge a few seconds ago, which she doesn't often get the chance to do because of where she plays on the pitch. She's just not often in contests. Throw in for the Tigers.
There's a good rotation there defensively for the Tigers. Boven got pulled out of position, which can often leave you vulnerable for a ball up the line, but the Tigers were well aware to it, covered for her very well.
Headed away by Agel. Boven to Cesar. Cesar will switch. I think looking for Doran, but it's cut out well by TLU. Maybe a little telegraphed by the Tigers. Ball goes back. Ashwin Suarez playing it off left. Into some physical play there from the Tigers, but gets possession back. Tigers back on it through Bree Werner, playing her 50th game. So free kick. It was a free kick or a throw? He blew his whistle, but I think it was just to allay any confusion. It is a throw for TLU. Pretty entertaining opening. Two sides just still feeling each other out. This game feels like it's one that's going to have a lot of stuff in midfield.
Yep.
We say it a lot. Whoever controls that controls the game.
Yeah, and I think particularly when it's a game like this where the teams are really well matched, especially when you look back at the championship game last year, how close that game was throughout. It's games that are won and lost in midfield where the teams are really equal across the field. It's whichever midfield can control possession, control the tempo, and in the end, that's going to decide who wins and loses in games like this.
In early days, but certainly looking like a battle, which we're accustomed to with these two teams. That SCAC championship last year, 1-0. I think TLU are going to be feeling like they've got a good shot this year. But Gansky's on it. Back for Creek. Creek to Cesar. Now playing it through. Good one-touch work there from Bree Werner. Back with Cesar, looks at her options, plays it over the top.
That's a great ball.
There's an appeal for offside. I don't think it's anything serious there. Brie Werner has to cut it back, but it's gone out. So it will be a goal kick in the end.
It's really good build-up from Trinity there.
Yeah, it was beautiful play. Just a lot of passing it around, which kept the defense moving, right? So, don't know if she got to it before it went out or it went out off of a boot. I think it might have gone out off of a boot because it curled out and back in. I don't think there was really much of a threat there, though, regardless. So, back with Trinity anyway, though. Doran on the right side, in front of the TLU fans. Under some pressure, has to cut back. Ball had already gone out, though, so a throw for TLU. Just ran out of space, which is good work. It's one of the jobs as a defender. Cram them up, keep them out of space, and earn the throw. Don't always have to make a challenge to win possession back. Sometimes it's just about closing space. And so they'll gain some territory here. Another throw. Still in their own half. Tigers win the header, but TLU wins the second ball. Often more important. Agel plays it out for Noblet. Noblet back to Agel. There's a player out wide right. Gathers the ball, does Cortez. Cortez back to Agel. And Roach. Smart option there, resetting. No need to force things. Still scoreless. No need to rush. Hannah Khan on it for the Tigers. But challenge well run by Caitlin Roach. Thrown down the line, looking for Barganski. Goes out for another throw.
Yeah, right now this game is a little bit of a chess match. I think both teams are kind of doing exactly what they want to be doing defensively. And then in terms of attack, I mean, I think both teams are moving the ball well, trying to move the opposition around, not just forcing it up one end or the other. You know, like you just mentioned, resetting the ball when it comes to it. It's going to make it hard for the defense, but I think, you know, in overall in the sport, it's easier to defend than it is to score. And so I think right now, defense is on top. We'll see if either team can land that knockout blow, like Coach Harrison called it, later in this game as both teams try to continue to break each other down.
Yeah, another throw here for TLU, reflecting that. Heck of a throw, that one. And Jill looks to turn. Loses out, though. Now the Tigers through. Brie Werner. Thought she might have a hit. Lays it off for Hannah Khan. Khan beats her defender, plays it to the far post, just behind. And it's going to run eventually out for a goal kick. I was wondering how it was going to bounce off the flag. But does bounce out for a goal kick. If you're not familiar, flag is in play. So whatever happens off the flag, we keep playing, but bounced out for a goal kick on that occasion. But still no shots for the Tigers. So TLU leading that stat 2-0, 1 on target. Tigers have to play it out for a throw, basically on halfway for the Bulldogs. Through the first 12 minutes, still scoreless here. Tigers get possession back. Barganski a little isolated, but here come the runners. She plays it out for Khan. Khan chips over the top. Looks like Doran will get there. No. Beaten to the sideline. And so it's another throw for TLU. Again, Trinity just having some trouble getting that ball into the final third. When they've got it there, they've looked like a decent shout. It's been a struggle to get it there.
Boven again,
pressure came too, which I think forced the error. Boven cut it out well, read it beautifully.
Yeah, and that's playing complementary soccer right there. You know, Barganski and Werner combining there to get a good press off, and Boven's aware to it. She's prepared, and she knows that that ball's going to be forced. Jumps on it really well.
Gathered well there. Really good defense from Brie Werner. Number 9 on her back, but she can defend. Werner gets it again and then plays it out wide to Doran. Full control. Beats her defender, but she's going to have to beat 3 or lay it off to somebody. Gets it to Barganski. Barganski plays it back. Crossed in. Just before the Trinity players, so it's headed away by TLU, but only half clear. Looking for Creek. Creek stays on. Attempted physical play, but it fell favourably for Creek anyway as she goes down. Bree Werner tries to run, puts pressure on the keeper, forces the keeper to act, and she'll gather it. Will Alyssa Marquez. It's been a really free-flowing game. Haven't been much stoppages. We've had one foul, one offside. Players might be calling out for stoppages as the half goes on, though. It is still warm. I think it'll drop a lot. I think the second half will be a bit cooler and easier to play. Throw in here for TLU. Played back. Cortez looks at her options, decides to go back for Robinson. Robinson off for Roach. Played forward again for Agel. Agel out wide for Noblets. Noblet forward, cleared away by the Tigers, but it stays with TLU. Pereira turns, lays it off for Noblet. Noblet having a bit of a chance to run. A lot of touches with the outside of her boot there. Drew in the defenders. That allowed her to play it off for Martinez. We'll have a look up. She's got support in the shape of Madison Herrera. Will she take it? No, goes into the middle for Noblet. Noblet is going to have to cut it back. It's blocked, but it'll win a corner for the Bulldogs. So Bulldogs corner here. Looks like it's Kelly Brame coming over to take it. Kelly Brame 9th in career assists for TLU in program history. Unsurprising, she takes the corners. Swings it in, far post, good corner, headers there.
Oh, what a save.
What a reach from Trinity Jackson. Makes the save. She's 5'9", so she's got that height, and her arm span's phenomenal. That's a great save. Reaches back, grabs the ball.
It's a great
looked
header.
like it was just about to beat her beautifully. It might have gotten the post, but she had to reach for that.
See, I'm thinking that would have just dipped enough. I think it would have hit the crossbar, but I think it's still going in.
Yeah. So, beautiful save. And not only to get it, but to hold it. You know, she's taken a touch on it, but she's done it in a controlled manner to hold it. That's really tough goalkeeping. Really good work from Trinity Jefferson to second collegiate save, and it's a beauty. If I remember right, her first was pretty good too. But Bulldogs recycling now. Kept in well by Brame. Herrera loses out possession on that one to Harris. Harris through the middle, well read though. That's beautifully cut out by Robinson. But the Tigers back with it. Ilsa Newlands showing her footwork.
Since the corner kick, Brame and Noblet have switched sides. I'm wondering if that's going to stay or if that was just for Brame to take that corner kick. Good fight there.
Beautiful work to stay on it. It's blocked, stays in play, falls back to Doran, blocked again. TLU looking to get it clear. She has a player there, does well.
It was like 3 tackles for the price of 1 for Texas Lutheran there.
That was stunning work defensively. I think I like the way they're backing each other up too.
Yeah.
There was a player there that may have been in trouble, but then they got an option to pass it back and got it out of trouble. And now, as a result of that, I was going to say they've kept possession, but that pass may just fall favourably for Trinity. Cleared away by Boven, basically was going to lose the contest, so decided that if she was going to lose the contest, she'd at least give up possession further afield. Didn't quite come off because the ball went straight out, but it's not a bad idea to at least get something out of it. Brame throwing it in. Over the top. I think some Trinity players were a little frustrated at how long that throw was taking. Played down the line. That was a good call there from Noblet, who is now out there on the left. There's options there. She can cut it back to Cortez, which is what she does. Just doesn't catch the ball right. Tigers struggle to get it clear. There was an appeal for offside, but it was passed back by a Trinity player, so they're not going to call that. Goes out for a goal kick. Bit of a let-off there for the Tigers. They just could not get that ball clear. And the appeal for offside, she may well have been in an offside position, but the Tigers were the ones that passed it, so you can't get that call if you've played it too. Admittedly, it was a deflection back, but it was still a Trinity pass, so nothing doing there. Creek looks to gather. Beautiful cross. Beautiful switch of play. Finds Khan.
Ooh, great footwork.
Uses the footwork well, and now they've got to watch out because Barganski's free in the middle. Khan goes herself. It's blocked, but there's 3 Tigers there to recover it. Oh, it's a beautiful challenge. Needed to be. It's perfect. Really perfect challenge there from the Bulldogs.
Oh, great tackle there as well from Ilsa Newland because TLU had numbers.
It was Monica Sidachit with the challenge. Just a stunning slide, all ball, no doubt about it. Beautiful challenge. 20 minutes gone in the half, still scoreless between Trinity and TLU. Chris Hockman, and with me is Scott Lebo, bringing you the action tonight. Ball played across.
Boven.
It's just too far forward. Wanted to square that more.
Yeah,
Boven.
that switch of play from the far side, further away from the camera, over to this near camera side, has been not working out well for TLU. Kayla Boven has been all over it today.
Yeah, just couldn't keep that in the Tigers. It looked to me like it had gone out. And the assistant was right on the line, so agreed. Looks like we've got the men's soccer team off there. I saw them training when I was driving in, so I should say when my wife was driving in. She's not listening, probably, so she won't tell me off and say, what are you doing? But she drove me in, so saw him training there on the training field. Got to give my wife the credit.
Oh, good
pressure
read.
there. Did just enough, though, to get it clear. Barganski has to let somebody else take that first ball because I think she would have been offside.
Barganski did really well with that original press. Talk about that in a second.
Falls to Barganski. Good touch, though, from Robinson. Barganski tries to play it back. It's not far enough. It'll be blocked. It'll be a TLU throw.
Yeah, so what Barganski does really well on that original press is she goes to the center back on the ball first, putting the center back under that pressure. Center back thinks, okay, I'm just going to play it back to the keeper, keep it simple. Barganski already knows that, though. The step to the center back is almost baiting that ball back to the goalkeeper. She goes a little bit towards the center back before that ball is even then played to the keeper. She's already running that way, and she nearly gets there. The fact that she puts that pressure on, though, is what opens up that opportunity for Trinity to win it back.
That's the point. If you can win the ball up high, often your opponents are out of position. That's what the Tigers are trying to do here. They do. Win it high again. Chance to square it in. It does come to Khan.
Great
Uses
turn.
a back heel. Has a go. Too
Good
close
save.
to the keeper, unfortunately for her. And Marquez saves. Just gobbled it up, really. But first shot on target for the Tigers tonight.
Yeah, Barganski and Khan combine really well there. Khan with a great turn. Barganski does well to find her. Just falls to Khan's weaker foot. You know she wants that on her right. But if the chances keep coming like that, it's going to be dangerous.
I think the defender knows that that's her weak foot too. So you can see her really making it hard for her to transition to the other foot. And so she's frustrated.
Yeah,
You
she's
could
trying
see
to
the
go back to
frustration on
that far post, I think.
Yeah, I just think you could see when she did it that she was basically doing the motion. She didn't get around the ball enough as she'd wanted. So goal kick here for Alyssa Marquez.
It's one of those when I work with people who are trying to get better in their finishing on their weaker foot, I often tell them, like, you don't have to slam it in. You don't have to have the perfect finish in there. I wonder if Khan could have just passed it into that near post rather than trying to have that fancy, maybe more appealing looking finish to the back post. But goalkeeper left that near post gaping. It's there if you just pass it in.
Yeah, I think you sometimes worry that the keeper's going to get the near post because that's often where keepers favour. And so maybe just a slight over-analysis.
Yep.
Like, well, the goalkeeper's going to go near post, so I got to... But she did seem frustrated at herself on that one. Mackenzie Ivey coming on for the Bulldogs. First-year midfielder out of Portland, Texas. 2 times all-region, academic all-state. So Tigers will have a free kick here.
I want to give a lot of credit to the TLU coaching staff so far. I've been really impressed with the system that they're running. Playing 3 at the back with 2 defensive midfielders. It can be a very attacking formation to only leave 3 back, but with the 2 defensive midfielders, it almost becomes a 5-back in defense as Trinity come forward again here.
Keeper came forward, read it well, took a step back.
But then in attack for TLU, it's also very well set up. You've got 4 players backing up the lone striker, and you've got, I've talked about this before, you kind of divide the field into 5 little sections width-wise. You got the center of the field, you've got the half spaces, and then you've got the wide spaces. And the way TLU are setting up, they fill all those spaces really well. Every player has support. Every player has a very understood role in what they're supposed to do. Positioning is really organized, and it's a very solid system. It's not a typical one that you see, but it's working really well tonight.
Yeah, a lot of times it's about filling those half spaces, right? And that
Yep.
seems what TLU's doing really well tonight. Also, you talked about it being a chess match too. There's a lot of in chess you talk about covering your spaces and defending.
Oh, boy.
Header went back. Good strength, though, in the end. It's a good recovery from Ilse Newland. Wasn't
let
quite
herself
the header
down
the
with the header,
Tigers
yeah.
wanted. And so she knew she had to recover. She knew she had to put some speed on to stop Clarissa Martinez getting there. TLU throw. Trinity ain't happy with that decision.
I'm not gonna blame the officials because they don't have a great angle for that, but I mean, we're sitting right here. I got a good look at that. Trinity player kicks the ball, but it comes right off of a TLU foot. But you can't really blame the officials when they have no angle for that one.
Yeah, like the angle of the deflection is blocked, so it's
Yeah.
hard to see. My favorite thing as an AR would be when when a coach would complain about a call like that, and you'd be like, "Yeah, but you were standing on the line. I couldn't see through you." So,
I've never heard that one, but
that
that's
always
good.
got the coach's back every time. Oh, I would have seen it, but you were standing on the line, and you don't make the call because of that. You make the call based on what you saw.
Yep.
But they're like, "Oh, that was an obvious touch." I go, "Oh well, there might have been."
But I couldn't
But I
see
couldn't
it.
see through you.
in
You
my
were standing
way.
on the sideline. And then they always stand back the rest of the game. Works every time. Especially in games where you don't have a fourth to police that. I pulled that move in my first professional game too. Tigers getting it away now.
If they can get control of it here. And it took a little too long.
Took a
there
little
to-
too long for a quick release. Oh, well cut
now
out.
it's a quick release the other way.
I think going back there is the right move. Agel did well to get it, but
Yep.
just didn't have a lot of options in front of her. And so, yeah, okay, they lost out possession there, but it's back with them now anyway. There's Agel again. This time goes forward, goes out wide left, looking for Noblets. Noblet gets there. Crosses in. Finds a Bulldog head, but just not enough on it. Cleared away. Beautiful headed touch there from the Tigers, and now maybe a chance going forward. Lot of pressure there from Jessica Robinson. Forced it to be slow from Barganski, which has helped out the Bulldogs' defense to regather and get shape. And then just a wayward ball allows the Bulldogs to recover.
Yeah, but I think Barganski wanted to play that flick really quickly. Doran, filled the gap there.
Yeah, Jessica Robinson just right on her back straight away.
And Robinson there, it was, and kind of as you can see a little bit on the back of the screen there, she's out of frame now, but she's playing the center role in that 3-back that they've got going on. And when Barganski came centrally, nobody filled the gap. And so there's a lot of space in the middle. Doran sees that. She makes the run in, unmarked at first. Eventually, the wide center back on that far side, who I believe is Monica Sichet, She made her way across, covered that gap, but it was open for a second there.
Switch here from the Tigers. Couldn't wait for the ball to come because the pressure started coming from Brame. Played forward though. Werner looked to find Khan. Didn't quite come off. Back with the Bulldogs. Brame lays it off for Roach. All the way back to Marquez. She'll take a touch. Step over it. Move it again. Calm pass out to Robinson. Robinson plays it for Brame. Brame beats one, then plays the ball forward. But it's gathered in by Creek. Back for Ilsa Newland. Played out wide right.
I think the way TLU are set up, it's going to be really hard for Trinity to break them down the way they normally break down a team. Lots of possession, slow, methodical build. I don't know that that's going to be what does it tonight. I think it'll have to come on the counterattack because the way that they're set up with their two defensive midfielders right in front of the back three, it looks like a 5 when they're in defense. However, when TLU come forward, sometimes both of those defensive midfielders join the attack, and all of a sudden it's a 3 against 3. If you're carrying the ball, that makes it 4 against 3. Counterattack is on. It's similar to this, although the defensive midfielders weren't that far up the field there.
Does that then need, if not a change of shape, maybe a change of personnel that are more pacey to launch those?
I think I wouldn't make a change like that right now. I think Trinity's system has worked well throughout the year, and I think there's a few other ways, like with the personnel that's on right now. I think of an Alex Doran as being somebody who could be really important in this game on the counterattack. Right, if those two defensive midfielders are out, like I mentioned before, and Barganski can pull the center defender out, and Doran can expose the space through the middle, her pace is going to be really important there. So I don't think I would change anything too drastically right now. Maybe, though, the one thing I would think about is getting in Bracken at the center attacking role and moving Barganski out wide to the left so you have pace on both wings to cut inside. Bracken's really physical, holds it up really well.
Beautiful ball from Khan. Uses her footwork well. Cuts back in.
Oh, what a save.
It's a stunning save. She's going to have to get back. She can't. Hits the back of the net. Looks like it's Barganski who scores. Looks like she might have taken something on the way through too. It's physical stuff. We'll get another look at this one. Comes back. Barganski with the shot. Keeper does really well to get a save and just can't get there quick enough for the second. Beautiful little work. Stretches out a full foot to get on the end of that.
Yeah, and I think
put it away.
I think that's what ends up hurting her there. Is she reaches her foot in, and the goalkeeper dives for that ball at the same time she is. Goalkeeper lands on top of her outstretched foot.
Yeah, everybody going in nice and fair.
Yeah, no.
Perfectly valid contest from both players to go in for that. But yeah, maybe just overextended, and respect for TLU stepping away, having their own little huddle while the Trinity player was down, just letting her have her moment. So Madison Barganski scores again. That's 3 goals in 2 games for Barganski.
She looks okay walking off as Bracken comes in for her.
There's her 7th goal of the season, 19th goal of her career. Bracken for Barganski. Not quite the change you were suggesting.
No, and Doran comes out as well.
You did suggest Bracken on.
I think Bracken will be a huge player in this game if they utilize her the way that I think she's best suited for, which is striker playing with the back to goal, using her physicality, holding it up, and finding her wingers in the spaces behind. And it's similar just there. I mean, Hannah Kahn showed that she can be that player who pounces on the opportunities. The back line was a little too compressed there, right? When you've got 3, even if you've got 2 defensive midfielders to hold, it leaves you vulnerable to becoming too narrow, and that's exactly what happened. Kahn then stays wide. She gets into that space, drives up the line, and creates the opportunity for Barganski to add another.
Yeah, another assist for Hannah Kahn, 4th of the season, 15th of her career. But TLU looking to pull something back quickly. Strong defense, though, keeps the Bulldogs at bay. Shot goes wide. There were a few subs for the Tigers. Clara Richards on for Doran, Camille Young on for Werner, Bracken on for Williard, and Camp on for Bargansky. Those were your changes. We've got a group of subs here for TLU as well, which I'll get for you in a sec once they come through.
For the Tigers, the noticeable change in that front four, I talk about that little diamond. You got the attacking midfielder, your two wingers, and the 9. 3 of the 4 of them are changed. Bracken is now at the 9. Clara Richards goes into that attacking midfield position. And then out there on the wide side, you got Emily Camp now playing as the winger in place of Alex Doran. And she's in with pace here.
Oh, it's a beautiful work. Symmetrical stuff, 7-on-7. But really good defense from Sidachits.
That's exactly what I was talking about, though. Bracken does really well to hold it up, slows it down. Meanwhile, Emily Camp is exposing the fact that TLU just doesn't have that many defenders when their defensive midfielders are out of position, and uses her pace really well there. It's a great recovery, as you said.
So the subs for TLU, Aya Alvarado comes on, Brooklyn Keeley, Alyssa Ibanez, and Ariana Gomez. Your changes for the Bulldogs as the corner comes in from the Tigers, flicked back, appeals for handball given. So Trinity now just starting to look statistically the better side as well. Only one statistic matters though. Scoreboard, 1-0 Trinity. I thought it's been a fairly tight first half. You'll see when we pull up the stats at halftime how tight this one has been. Really shows up statistically. A lot of times, even in those tight games here, statistically it's overwhelmingly one-sided. Free kick for the Tigers. I think basically the problem there was her boot came over the top, and so that's kind of the decision there.
I think I mentioned that on Sunday. That's one that you as a defender, you get used to. You try and clear the ball, and somebody's going to run into your leg as you're clearing it. Kind of get spun around.
Yeah, luckily on that time it was all ball on ball, but you can't really lift your boot like that and get away with it when there were players in close proximity at least. So that was the decision from the referee. But yeah, you can see we just ran through some of the stats there. Really tight game. 7-6 on shots, 4-2 on goal, 3 saves to 2, 3 fouls to 1. Corners are even. It's just been really tight.
Camille Young there over on that far side just did her best Kayla Bovin impression. Intercepted a loose pass from TLU. Bovin's been doing that really well from the outside back position today, and Camille Young going ahead and doing some of that as well now on the other side. Wonder if Coach Harrison, seeing how successful Bovin's been with that against this setup for TLU, which doesn't really have a player who stays high and wide, has gone and told his outside backs, hey, you have the opportunity to step forward. They're going to come back. They're going to drop deep. You guys have more freedom today. Go ahead and take it. Learning from his own left back, who's been doing that so successfully, goes ahead and makes a sub at right back so that they can make that change across the board.
Over there by Sitachits, cleared away though by Creek. Can Bracken get there? She's kept it in. She's going to need support though. Just didn't come in time from the Tigers, and now the Bulldogs with a chance to reset things. This, of course, was the score in that SCAC championship game last year.
The game last year, that goal took a lot longer to come.
Did take longer to come. Goes out for a throw. Now, you do think the Bulldogs will fancy themselves in SCAC this year?
Oh, absolutely.
There's no defending champion because Trinity left to go to SAA, so there's an argument to be made that the Bulldogs are somewhat of a defending champion, defending best side. Because they will start their conference play.
Now I think Trinity looks really good in the attack, bringing in Anna Newland on this left wing. We've got 2 really speedy players now, either side of Bracken. There's
an example. Bracken lays it off for Newland. Anna Newland, that is. Ball's gone out. It will be a corner. And Leland looking for her first collegiate goal. Her sister's had her first 2 this season.
We'll see who takes this corner kick. One thing I've been noticing from the Tigers, specifically when they take the corners from that far side, it's been outswingers a lot more often. When they've been from this near side, when you can have a right-footed player take an in-swinger, you've had in-swingers, but from that far side, outswingers. And I don't think Trinity have been as successful on set pieces that swing away from goal.
And you're right again. Yeah, just bounced away from everybody there. I think one part of it is on both sides of the field. That corner has a lot less space.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
There's just not as much you can do.
I think the other part of it, though, is that coming from that direction, like I said, it's an outswinger, so it's swinging away from goal. And I think all the Trinity players, I think often when you take a corner kick on that side, if you're right-footed, you should drive it. You know, try and get that ball as straight and narrow as possible on a line. And they've been putting too much spin on it, which is taking it away from goal. Now, the center backs, the taller players at the back, they want to make their runs in towards goal. And instead, they're starting their runs in towards goal and then having to readjust themselves and come backwards. And you're never going to finish running away from goal on a header like that. It's just not going to happen. So I wonder if they make a change, maybe have some left-footed players take that, or have somebody like Malaya Cesar take it and say, hey, just drive it straight in. You've got the ability to do that. We trust you.
Play back, pressure comes. There's a powerful clearance in the end from the Bulldogs, who've made some subs. Cromwell and Perales on for the Bulldogs. As the ball is back with Perales now. It's her first touch of the game. Stray pass though. Harris. Bulldogs now coming away with it through Alvarado. Alvarado lays it off.
That's a great ball.
Beautiful under pressure too. Player was sliding in. But Tigers
just didn't
get
have
it
the
back.
numbers forward.
And now maybe a chance on the counter, like you said, but it's cut out well by Perales. Perales lays it off for Ivy. Ivy played forward. It's Cromwell trying to win through. Yeah, just a bit of a shirt pull there. Just too much. Reached around, grabbed the back of the shirt. Free kick. Opportunity to do something here. You're certainly too far to go direct. Had to look at the flag to make sure that was still true, yes. So, still night, too far to go direct, but you've got options forward.
My opinion on set pieces from this sort of range is always just try and loft it up towards that back post. Line up almost all your team away to the back post, kind of like what TLU are doing right now. Put it up there and say, hey, either head it back on target or head it back across.
Went near post on that occasion. Trinity can only half clear it. And as far as a gel into the crowd in the middle. Allows Trinity to clear, but TLU should keep control. Although the pressure there. That's a stunning run from Lila Bracken. Forced the keeper to come. Does well, Alyssa Marquez, to get it clear.
She was way up off her line on the corner kick, and that was what saved them there, because if she wasn't off her line from that corner kick, Bracken has acres of open grass to run into.
Yeah, had to be forward, had to be quick too off a line, or off where she was starting, her starting point. She had to be quick off of, did well. Really good goalkeeping from Alyssa Marquez. Read the game well. Which is one advantage as a goalkeeper you have. You see the whole game. The entire game happens in front of you.
It's a great ball. Perfectly done number 9 play from Lila Bracken there.
Finds Camp, who will win a throw. Not quite what she would have wanted, but she'll take the throw. It's going to be a substitution for the Tigers.
This is the perfect game for Bracken. I mean, this is exactly what I have seen from her through the first few games. I would say another player who I think would thrive in this sort of environment, Maya Ozimi, is now assistant coach for the Tigers, right? Great at drawing defenders away from their positioning, holding the ball up, and then turning and playing almost with no angle to a teammate there. That's what Bracken just did. Came deep and then played a ball to a player that I'm even surprised she could even see her.
So an offside there gives TLU a chance to clear this. Still 3.5-ish minutes to go here in the first half. Trinity 1, TLU 0. headed forward. TLU looking at some options here to Gel. Gel's been in a lot of those transition moments for them and has been calm and patient, something we don't see a lot. A lot of teams, especially when they're down to Trinity here, try and go forward immediately. She has the patience to look around, realize she doesn't have options and lay it back when she needs to. This time she sees an option going forward. Okay, it doesn't quite come off, but it's the right choice. There's a runner there trying to get there. And in the end, it's a big territorial gain for TLU. Gets through, controlled, needs to turn or needs support. It's blocked, but it falls favorably for TLU. TLU will stay on it here. Has to go back to Perales. She has the whole field in front of her. She looks. Lays it off for a Gel. A Gel, is she going to have a go from here? She is, you know. It will be a goal kick, though.
I think at first that was well done by both teams, and in the end it was poor from both teams. I think you mentioned it with the long ball. Huge territorial gain. Trinity covers it really well. Camille Young is right there. She anticipates it, but she's under pressure when she has to make the clearance, and that allows TLU to push their entire team up. Then they make the right decision to recycle the ball and look for other options. That's when Trinity's mistake comes. They leave players wide open in the middle of the field, unmarked. They don't raise their line quick enough as TLU recycle, but then the mistake comes from TLU taking that shot from pretty far away. As Bracken's in here, she's onside.
Look, she is onside. TLU disagreed, and they were up the line. Has a go herself. Yeah, she had Anna Newland free.
Yep. I also think she had Isabella Rueda on the edge of the box there for the cutback.
Now Leah Fonseca on now for TLU for the final couple minutes of the half. Ball played forward. Trinity a little caught narrow there, and that allows TLU a chance. Ball played forward, but just went too wide from a TLU perspective. It'll stay with TLU, though, through a Gel. A Gel forward for Ibanez. It's going to be played back. Can the Tigers gather? Yes, they can. Maybe one last opportunity for either side. Foul will be given, and that will allow the Tigers a chance to just relieve this pressure. Maybe that's the last we'll see of TLU getting forward.
Yep.
For the half.
I think if you're the Tigers, you want to slow this down,
hold
let everybody get up. Take your territory.
By Ilsa Newland, hoofed clear as we enter the final minute of the half. Gathered by Young. They might just pass it around the back here. As I say that, Ilsa Newland goes forward. Maybe one last chance. Richards plays it out wide right. Ball going forward for Bracken. Bracken on it again. Making a run. Has to cut back. Does. Just can't find Anna Newland in there. It's still in, so there's going to need to be some pressure. Wasn't appealed that it was out. It was out, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Tigers. That's Rueda, but TLU defend her well. Ilsa Newland
10 seconds.
goes out
9,
wide
8,
for
7,
Camp.
6, 5,
Only got a few
4,
seconds. That'll be it.
3, 2.
They won't even bother with the throw, I suspect. No. So that is it. It is halftime here at Paul McGinley Field. Trinity Tigers on top, 1-0 over TLU. But there's those halftime stats. Gives you a good look at how even this match has been. 9 shots apiece, 5 on target to 2. 2 of those were the goal. 4 saves to 2, 2 fouls to 4. Pretty even across the board, but the one stat that matters is at the top of your screen. Trinity 1, TLU 0. We'll be back here in about 14 minutes to bring you the second half. Welcome back. Second half about to get underway here. It's Trinity 1, TLU 0.
Second half of play, here we go.
In what has been a tight game. You know, we saw it statistically pretty tight. And Chris Hockman with me is Scott Lebo. Scott, yeah, what are you kind of expecting of this second half after a tight first half?
Yeah, well, I think I started to notice it at the end of the first half. I wrote it down on the roster we have in front of us, and to try and remind myself, you had said it earlier in the game, the importance of second balls. I think that has been one of the most important things in this game. Both teams playing the ball forward, not necessarily winning that first ball forward, but then the clearances aren't as good as they want them to be, and who can capitalize on those loose second balls? I think at least over the last 10 minutes of the half there, it was super important. So if that trend continues, that's something to look out for in the second half of this game. Players playing the ball long, playing the ball to a teammate, not necessarily finding their teammate, but it bouncing back. I also want to note Lila Bracken still in the game.
Yeah, starts the second half. I'm going to get you those second half starting lineups as soon as I can.
I think for the Tigers, it's the same except for that change.
Except for Bracken.
I wonder if Barganski is potentially hurt after
scoring the goal.
After that goal.
It does look like the only change for the Tigers is Barganski out. Jefferson, Cesar, Doran, Khan, Werner, Harris, Bracken, Newland, Williard, Boven, and Creek. So that is the same starting 11 with that one change. For TLU, as the ball comes in for the Tigers, they've let it bounce in the box. The Bulldogs got to get rid of it. Block from the Tigers, but I think it's going to fall favourably for the Bulldogs to get away. Bulldogs start. Marquez, Cortez, Cromwell, that's a change. She didn't start the match. Fonseca didn't start the match. Sitachits, Noblet, Robinson, Martinez, Suarez, Agel, and Herrera. So just those two changes, Fonseca and Cromwell, are the two changes from the team that started the match. But they had started the last match. Appeal for offside, though. It hasn't been given. Bracken's got round. She might have got round too far, though. Beautiful work defensively. It had to be.
I think she thought she was offside. She slowed so much as that ball was coming over the top. I'm also wondering, it looked to me as she was first turning, whether she was being grabbed a little bit on her shirt. I don't think anything notable, but I think those two things just slowed her initial reaction time, which then led her to not quite being able to get to her second touch.
Yeah, just forced her closer to the byline. So corner comes in. Floated near post. The header was there. It's flicked on, but no one's at the far post to claim it. It was a well-won header.
Like I said, as an in-swinger, it was more in her path of running. She didn't have to stray from her original direction. Ilsa Newland was just able to attack it as it came.
Goal kick sent away by TLU. I think that's come off of Doran. It's worked out, though, for the Tigers. Khan putting some pressure on. She gets possession, does she? Yes. She's opened up for the shot. Beautiful bit of defensive work there from Aaliyah Fonseca. Only played 5 minutes in the first half, so she's probably getting an extended run, I would expect here. She started on Sunday, so she is a key part of the team.
Got 3 players over there on both teams for this corner kick.
Let's TLU have done their homework, because we've seen a few teams not defend a short corner against the Tigers. Comes in, bounces on the box. Tigers just can't recycle it enough. It's put away by TLU. Goes out for a throw for the Tigers.
Look, that ball in was pretty low from Ellie Creek, so it's not exactly the corner that they would have wanted, but at the same time, it was a driven ball. It's what I mentioned in the first half. Nobody had to stray from their original path to attack that ball. It was more driven, more direct. I like that a lot from Ellie Creek, and I wonder if we see that a little bit more going forward in this game.
But now TLU, maybe with a chance, although Cesar slows it down well. Cleared away by the Tigers. That's back with TLU. That's a good ball out wide to find Cromwell. Cromwell looking for options.
Great defensive work there from Alex Doran, coming all the way back to make that tackle.
And now it's the Tigers back on the ball. That ball may stay hold up, but the Tigers get there through Hannah Khan. Uses the footwork well. Beats her defender. Defender recovers though. Rosalia Fonseca again. Ball just a little far forward, and that'll allow TLU to recover. The call is for composure from the bench. Ilsa Newland gets possession. She could have a hit. Slides in well. I think other players might have had a hit there. Ilsa Newland, only 2 goals in her career. Wasn't going to have a hit from there, but you know what, it was on.
I'll tell you, I think her center back partner, Kylie Harris, wouldn't have hesitated.
Kylie Harris would have belted that. I think because of that, loses out in the sliding challenge. It ends up with the Tigers anyway, but there was a good chance there for Ilsa Newland to score her 3rd collegiate goal. She's on fire. Already scored 2 this season. That's 2 more than she scored in any other season. Oh, yeah, that was pretty physical. Went down. She might have hit the deck pretty hard here, too. I wouldn't be surprised if we needed some support on.
I don't think anything malicious in that either. It's just a trailing
a little
leg.
Too physical. Gotta
goes over the top of her a little bit. You know, when you outstretch, you step into that tackle, kind of got your knee bent. It's easy to kind of go over the thigh as an attacking player on the ball, and I think that's exactly what happens. So you land hard. If you go over somebody's knee height, bent leg, you're gonna fall down quite a ways.
Referee's having a chat here. I'm a bit stunned he hasn't called for the clock to stop. Through all of this, the clock's been running, which will favour Trinity because they're the team in the lead, and that's a solid 1.5 off the clock, but he never asked for it to be stopped. I'm stunned, absolutely stunned with that. And in a normal game, that wouldn't matter. The referee would just add time, but in college soccer, the referee is not the arbiter of time, so. But TLU obviously not concerned because they're taking another minute to set it up anyway, so. But yeah, a little surprised with a player forward. Down like that. Andy had a chat with the defender. Yeah, 2 minutes off the clock right there.
Trinity will not complain about that.
No, they won't complain about it. I'm a little surprised TLU weren't complaining about it, though. Their player was down. And you go, oh, it's only 2 minutes, but that's basically 5%.
Look, I mean, when you talk about how much that matters, Trinity men's team were losing 3-1 on their game on Friday, ended up losing 3-2, scored a goal after time expired. They put the ball in the back of the net 1 second, 2 seconds after the buzzer had gone, and there were questions about timekeeping in that game and whether or not, maybe like 30 seconds extra had been taken off at earlier points and how much that then matters if Trinity would have been able to tie if that weren't the case. Yeah, time matters. That's half the time, quarter of the time.
It's a quarter of the time that was just taken off the clock there. I can guarantee you if it was against Trinity, Dylan Harrison would have been screaming for the clock to be off. Maybe he wouldn't because they're 1-0 up. If they were 1-0 down and it was a Trinity player down, he would have been yelling for the clock to be stopped there. Paul McGinley of the men's team would absolutely have been yelling.
Oh, 100%.
He would have been running onto the field and getting another yellow card. He did cop one for that this season. The referee was very apologetic as he gave it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was talking about earlier today, but I happened to hear him say something along the lines of, if officials are involved in the decision-making, I don't trust the decision.
He's been in America too long thinking like that. Ball goes forward, cleared away. by the Bulldogs. That's a very American view.
Well, she's got
Now,
space here.
Big opportunity, and they've left the player free in the middle. Ball comes, it's just too high. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Opportunity was there for Trinity.
Exactly. What Coach Harrison just said there to Bree Werner is exactly what I was thinking. Bree Werner, she has all this space, and she has multiple options there. She can carry towards goal, and she instead decides to keep carrying straight, right? She's in line with sort of the edge of the 18 there, and she keeps going towards the edge of the 18. Maybe there's a little bit less space if she carries directly towards goal. Maybe a defender cuts her down quicker, but it opens up options. Now you can cut back towards the space that she ran to originally and move some things around. I think Coach Harrison there, right to get on her. Make sure she's dynamic. Be intentional. Go towards goal. Be direct.
There's a foul. He's going to stop the clock now. This might be a yellow. About 10 minutes gone here in the first half. Still 1-0 to Trinity, calling the player forward. And that is a yellow card. She's a little shocked by it, Caleb Oven, but it's pretty physical. And I believe it was Caleb Oven that he just had a talking to as well.
I think it was Hannah Khan.
It was Hannah
over
Khan that he
before,
had to talk to earlier.
Play on that same side, though.
Yeah.
Far away from us. Hard for us to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. If they don't turn around
Yeah.
when we see it, I can't tell who's who. There's a big field. It's a big field and we're down low, so it's...
Very, very low. Pretty much field level.
Yeah, we're basically one step above field level. So it's sometimes hard.
And we're sat down, so we're basically field
We're
level.
basically at field level. And so, yeah, yellow card to Caleb Evan. It was Hannah Khan who had the talking to earlier. So look back at the notes. Looks like the free kick opportunity here. Looks like they're going to go very long with it. They have. Well, one header from the Tigers. Bulldogs stay with it, though. Had to be careful there. That was a chance to give away another free kick to the Bulldogs. Tigers clear. It's what you got to do in those situations. Sometimes it's just about getting rid of the ball. Keeper clears. Does Marquez. Newland gets the ball back. Is patient. Beats one. Goes forward. But it's back with the Bulldogs. Cortez just can't get it through.
We're about 10 minutes into this second half. We're close to 11. I'm not really sure what to make of it so far. I feel like there's something different to it from the second half, and I can't make it out.
Well, we've had already 3 fouls and now a second yellow card by the looks of it.
It's a late one.
And I think we only had 3 fouls in the entire first half.
Maybe that's
So,
it. Slowing it down.
4 fouls maybe, but
More breaks in the play. Less fluid. I think you're right.
so that's a yellow card to Nolani Agel. In the 56th minute. Not that long. Crispy out of the ball. Surely a high boot, not given. Bulldogs recover though. Opportunity to play it back for Doran. Doran's got support, cuts in though, and lays it off, but only as far as Cortez. Sorry, as Robinson. Robinson plays it long. Wilson Newland sent forward.
Oh, well done.
Come back into the centre. It's a beautifully positioned strike.
So much credit to Bracken.
Bree Werner with a beautiful finish. But yeah, like you said, credit's really got to go to Bracken for that work up the wing. And a beautiful pass back.
She
We
does
have a
so
look.
well. And we've seen Bree Werner score a couple of goals like this year, arriving late into the box, cut back unmarked because she's arriving late, and she just flicks it back behind her to that far side. Not much a keeper can do.
And look at that replay. Agonizingly close from Ashlyn Suarez. Kerwin Johnson a little frustrated with some of the refereeing decisions. There was definitely one there that I thought was pretty rough on TLU.
Yeah.
There was a high boot. I don't think it really affected the goal there. He's an experienced guy. He's the all-time leading goal scorer at UAW, just down the road. Or just across the road, actually, from where we are. So, pretty experienced. His coaching director at San Antonio SC, so a lot of the players here have played for San Antonio City SC. And he played in MLS, Tampa Bay Mutiny. These are some throwback MLS names for you. Tampa Bay Mutiny and Dallas Burn before they were FC Dallas. And then the Drei Bundesliga with Eintracht Braunschweig. So a very experienced guy at very high levels. But yeah, certainly a bit of frustration from him.
And it was Lila Bracken who got that high boot.
Shot comes, it's a good save. Had to move to get there. Trinity responds, ball's going to stay in. Cut back, turns, has a go. Oh, she had to hold on to it.
Yep.
If she drops that, it's a tap in. Beautiful goalkeeping. It's getting very physical. It's going to be a free kick for the Bulldogs.
I continue to think that this game is perfectly situated for Bracken. I mean, it's exactly the type of game that you want her style of player in for. She works really hard off the ball. That's how she got the goal. Ball played over the top. She gets played into a wide position. She takes it wide, carries it all the way back in, right? She's willing to do that work. She's willing to be physical. She wants to be involved, and that's what you need from a player right now in this game.
Free kick there. Looked a little marginal, but shoulder to shoulder is okay. Shoulder to back, not so much. And I think that's the decision there. Lila Bracken, her 4th assist of the season. And only 6 games. Coming into this, she'd only played 147 minutes. That's pretty impressive turnaround for her. Bree Werner with the goal. 3rd goal of the season, 11th goal of her career in her 50th career appearance. It's a nice way to cap the half century.
Now we got a set piece here. We saw Trinity score 2 from free kicks from similar distance over the weekend, 1 from an indirect free kick.
Yeah, although the indirect free kick was in the box.
Yeah.
So.
But hey, still 3 from set pieces. And you
It is a set
mentioned,
piece.
you were like, oh, I'm sure they haven't worked on that. I talked to Coach Harrison after the game. He said they actually happen to work on it like once a year, indirect free kicks, and they had happened to work on it about a week or 2 ago. So,
Yeah, I mean, once
just
a
like
year's,
they drew it up.
once a year's about how common you're going to get an indirect free kick in the box, like max. Although I've seen 2 this year. I saw one in the USLW League this year. So I'm on a hot streak for seeing in person indirect free kicks in the box.
I'm happy to see that Madison Bargansky is getting ready to come back into the game. Just a little reassuring to know that she didn't come out. She didn't not start this second half for injury, as I was afraid it might have been after that first goal. She went down injured.
Yeah, definitely not. You wouldn't bother risking her with a lead
Nope.
if there was an injury here. So free kick here for TLU. Kind of like the referee being a little tetchy here because it is starting to kind of boil over a little bit, and I like the referee kind of stamping his authority a little on the
Taking
game
control.
and saying, no, I'm in charge. It is probably a big 10 meters, but you know what? It was certainly less than 10 meters where they were standing. So,
And they've taken a few steps forward already as well.
which I think is why he stepped them back further than 10.
Yeah, I'll give you 13 if you're going to come forward 3 yards anyway.
Ball sent in. Oh, it's a vital header, although the shot comes. Yep. Oh, it's a beautifully placed strike. That's a really good goal from Lillian Noblet. Off the side of a boot. She places it absolutely perfectly. And TLU right back in this. Just when it looked like the game was slipping away from TLU, they go back in front. I thought the header was great. It needed to be there, but it falls straight to Noblet, who's wide open. Puts it away. You can't leave it that open.
It's an important header, as you mentioned, but it can't go in the direction it went. Kylie Harris there, I think it's unfortunate for her because she's put under a great deal of pressure. She wins that header moving backwards, and I've talked about it on attacking corners. It's really hard to head the ball with power and direction when you're going backwards. That's exactly what happens there. It pops up in the air, and then because of the fact that ball goes originally to the near post, people aren't really prepared at the back post, and Noblet is prepared. She capitalizes. It's a great finish.
Yeah, really well. Spent this summer with the San Antonio Athenians, who I had the pleasure of working with, so she did well there. That's her second goal of the season, 8th of her career for the sophomore forward. Or more accurately, winger, let's be honest. And the clean sheet goes away for the Tigers.
I was wondering when I saw Barganski getting ready to come in whether she was going to come for Bracken or whether she was going to go out in the wing. And they're leaving Bracken in.
Yeah,
she's doing well. Bringing Barganski for Alex Dorn instead.
It makes me wonder if Dylan Harrison's got a new piece in listening to your commentary.
He might,
a similar
he might
thing
be.
to what you suggested. He goes out for a throw-in. Yeah, Lily Noblet, 8th goal of her career. She scored 6 last year. That was the lead in SCAC for first-year players, scoring goals. So she's continuing on. She's on the right path to score another 6 this season, about a third of the way through the year.
I like what they're doing right now, too, though, the Tigers. Emily Camp coming on there for Hannah Kahn. They've got, again, that sort of setup where you've got Bracken in the middle, using her physicality to lay it off to the wingers who are going to overlap her, right? And that's Barganski and Emily Camp now, and you've got really speedy, really opportunistic players, and that's exactly what you want right now alongside Bracken up front.
So throw in down the line. TLU still with it. You sense there is at least one more goal in this. If TLU can get it. Jefferson spills it. Tigers recover well.
Came a little too far there.
Yeah, I think it may have caught in the wind. If you look, the flag's not really blowing, but the trees on the far side are blowing. You can see it here behind the goal. You can see the trees blowing. But if you look down at the flag, there's not, well, there is now. But when she came forward, there wasn't really a breeze that low, and so to her, there's not a breeze, but it catches the breeze higher up. Now it's a breeze no matter what, but you just have to take my word for it. When it happens.
Oh, another poorly defended set piece.
They are going to eventually get it clear, though not clear enough. Bulldogs turn. That was Cortez blocked. Newland. And Tigers almost look a little panicked.
Yeah, they're
as
not
that ball
comfortable.
comes out to Keeley.
But Camp's open on the far side, and they don't have defenders
plays it
back.
out to Camp. This is the danger. You're chasing game. You play players forward. Bracken laid it off. I think laid it off. We'll say she laid it off. Yeah, just nobody could really get a clean purchase on the ball there. And it's gathered by Marquez.
No, but that's what you want. You had the physical player in Bracken, right? She lays it off to her teammates using that physicality. And then alongside her, you've got 2 really speedy players. That's exactly what it needs to be from Trinity right now. TLU are going to be pushing numbers forward. I said it before. I didn't think Trinity were going to score their typical ways. They have been able to do so, but I still think that the counterattack is going to be their best avenue of attack. And you just saw it right there, why I thought that from the beginning.
Caitlin Roach coming on for Herrera. She was a useful midfield player in the first half, so I think that'll be a boost for TLU. Although Herrera was very useful as well, so pretty like for me. Tigers, though, 2 players running for the ball there. It's kind of saying something about how just a little disjointed they are right now. Goes out for a throw for TLU. Sorry, throw for the Tigers, I should say. Okay, down the line, TLU gather it. It's going to stay with TLU. That's good work.
It's great defensive work from the Tigers there,
Yeah,
forcing them
forced
all the way
Suarez to
back.
play it all the way back.
You can't see it on your screen right now, but the whole Trinity team is now back up the midfield. That's a territorial gain now. Didn't even touch the ball, and they gained a bunch of territory. This game is about who controls what areas of the pitch. And Trinity just gained so much control. And now they've won it back.
Bulldogs just can't get that ball away. And now maybe a chance. Richards played forward, not far enough. It's going to go back to her though. She'll have a chance to recover it. She does. Played forward again from Richards. Straight to feet of Emily Camp. Going forward, Bugansky. Bugansky lays it off for Werner, who has a go. She's not afraid to shoot. Goes wide. She does have 2 goals already this season. Well, 3 goals now. 3 Werner.
I don't mind it either. In women's soccer, a lot of the times you can find a chip from distances that you necessarily can't in men's soccer just because of the height of goalkeepers.
Goalkeepers' heights.
You can, put it up just to the back post often. That's going to catch a keeper out just because it has more time to drop. And I think there, Werner goes near post. Maybe she puts that to the back post. It has the time to drop. Tick under 25 here, about halfway through second half.
Still a lot of time for the Bulldogs to get an equaliser. Yeah, it is going to be a free kick. Just got in the way of the player off the ball.
Momentum has definitely started to shift their way. I think they've gained a lot more control of possession since that first goal.
Yeah, since that goal, it's been really all Bulldogs. Tigers haven't had a ton of opportunities. It's going to be Kelly Brame over the ball to send this one in. Right in front of coaching staff so she can get really clear instructions. Signals to the players in the box. Ball sent in. Oh, it's a beautiful ball. It's gone long, maybe too long. Tigers get that one clear.
Really well done by Kylie Harris.
And Brame back on it though. Has to beat 2. Nearly does. Beautiful challenge there from Bracken all the way back. Makes the challenge. And Baganski's going to get a shove. It's going to be a free kick and a yellow card to Brame. Broke up the attack. Yeah, just pushed her down while she's running clear. A lot of times described as a professional foul. And Kelly Brame will take a yellow card for that one. It's her first yellow of the season. It was also a Gell's first yellow of the season. Pretty sure Kayla Boven, who took the Trinity yellow, it's also her first yellow of the season it is. So everybody who's on a yellow, it's their first yellow of the season. Holds them in good stead. 4's a suspension, so if you've only got 1 this far, you're probably going to be okay. Newland gets a lot of power behind that, sends it in.
Ball.
Forced a reaction from TLU. It is going to be a corner.
Yeah, that's what you want there.
Already out.
I think any sort of header in there, any touch on that, it was going out for a corner or it was going to create some chaos.
So, substitutions for the Tigers.
Number 22, Ava DeGron. Number 29, Camille Young.
Oh, there is a player down for TLU. I'm just noticing. So they'll take some time before the corner. You're wondering, it was tight, but the ball was out before she could get a touch on it. So the clock will be stopped. 22 minutes on the clock. Almost exactly halfway through the half. Which means almost 3/4 into this one. And teams will take the opportunity to take a bit of a break, bit of a breather. Trinity going to the sideline to get some instruction. A little surprised TLU aren't doing the same. But obviously you're concerned about your player who's down. We've got to take the time we've got to take to get this dealt with, so it takes as long as it takes, really. These Trinity players come back. Will be a corner. Player's going to have to come off, so Teal, you'll have to get a sub ready. Or defend the corner down, which I would not recommend, but who knows. So here comes the sub. Nolania Gel was very closely watching that she'd gone off the pitch. I don't think it really mattered. The clock had stopped, but hats off doing the substitution procedure correctly. So corner kick here is where we're restarting things for the Tigers. 22-ish. Almost exactly 22. 21:59 on the clock. The breeze, I think, is going to be a little difficult to contend with for the Tigers. It's blowing away from goal.
Another one of
Comes
those
in
driven
far
balls.
post, just a little too much.
It's another great ball, though.
Skips by a challenge, sent forward. Keeper comes out well.
Too deep. It's a good idea. You want to put that cross in there early. TLU isn't ready for it. Just a little too close to the keeper there. Good punt.
Booted long. Could be an NFL contract with that punt after she's done.
And she gave Ilsa Newland definitely some trouble finding that out of the air. Further the punt goes, the harder it is for defenders because it has more time to move and spin in the air.
Yeah, it's real windy. You can kind of see some trash bags just blowing around in the breeze there that have gotten away from whoever had them. So
I think there's a Katy Perry song about that.
there is a Katy Perry song about that. So, you know, that certainly helped things. But, yeah, huge punt from Marquez. She's still got a year left, so we can hold off on that NFL contract for until 2027 for Marquez. Or maybe she could play on the TLU football team.
On the Bulldogs, number 6, Mackenzie Ivy. Number 9, Ariana Gomez.
Ivy and Gomez coming on for TLU. Ariana Gomez transferred from UTSA and has a conference title. She won the Conference USA Championship with UTSA in 2022, which was the year that literally every San Antonio team won literally everything. So San Antonio FC won the USL, then every college won their conference championship that year. Literally, the parade was long. They got everybody together and celebrated them all at once. Just stretched out the whole river, basically.
I don't think Trinity men's soccer won.
Yeah, but Trinity women's soccer,
Okay.
every school won.
Every school won one. Gotcha.
Every school won their conference title.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we lost to St.
St.
Thomas
Thomas.
on penalties.
Every school won, not every team,
There
but
you
every
go.
school.
That's what got me.
It was a bit of a surprise because two of those schools were definitely not expected to win anything. So
What a ball.
yeah, he's called that pretty consistently. He's got to call it there.
Yep.
The push, he's called it the other way. You got to call it both ways.
Yeah, I don't know that Emily Camp judged that ball perfectly out of the air. I think she could have gotten to that first. Maybe, though. I mean, I was surprised by how good of a pass that was. She might have been, too. Caught off guard. Maybe even caught watching it. Wow. It's a good pass. Oh, I have to go to that.
Have to go.
You know?
Have to deal with it. Yeah.
Happens. You just admire how good your teammates are sometimes.
So swung in, or sent forward, I should say. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Oh, boy.
It's a missed chance. Big chance here for TLU, but she's going to need support. Doesn't get it.
Really
And
good
that allows
recovery.
the Tigers to recover
Camille Young and Ilsa Newland combine well there defensively.
Blocked. TLU really do, like, since they've got that goal, really do look like they're the more likely to get the third of this match. But now maybe a chance. Big run forward from Ava DeGrand's far post. She's making that run now again. Chance to send it. Camp cuts back, but she shows a little too much of the ball. Corner kick. TLU bench want a foul for that, but I think it's just everybody on the turn. So, corner kick here for the Tigers.
TLU looked the more likely to score, but
They only need one
Trinity
chance.
still look really good on the counterattack.
Yeah, on the counter,
when
they
they
look
when they
dangerous.
get the space to come forward, it's dangerous. And I'll say, like, I think whoever scores the next goal, if there is a next goal, they might be the one to go win it.
Yeah, I think if there's a next goal, whoever scores it. I mean, if Trinity score it, it's hard to see TLU scoring another
But if
three.
TLU
If
score,
TLU score, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go on
they've
and
got the
score a third.
momentum. Yeah.
This completes the Lutheran set. I think we've seen almost all the Lutheran schools, at least the ones on this side of the Mississippi. So that's because we had Cal Lutheran, Pacific Lutheran. Now Texas Lutheran.
Miscommunication there from TLU. Now, if you're Trinity, I think you just want to hold on to the ball here. Don't force anything. Play possession. You haven't had the ball for a long stretch. That's what you can't do.
That's the exact opposite of keeping possession, is passing it away. But TLU then would return the favor, basically.
Yeah. If you're going to give the ball away there, if you're Kylie Harris, clear it. Get it way downfield.
Which looked like what she was shaping to do originally. But yeah, wow, what a miss. That's two now missed opportunities for TLU in pretty quick succession. Headed down. Much better from the Tigers, much more controlled.
The Tigers look a little uncomfortable right
Ilsa
now.
Newland looks
Maggie
up.
Hartnett is getting
Just
ready
placed
to
that
come
one
in. I
astray.
wonder if Kylie Harris is going to come out after
Throw
that
in,
one.
so both teams will make change. See Malia Cesar coming in as well.
No.
Ashlyn Suarez comes in for Natalia Cortez.
Interesting. Maggie Hartnett, we normally see her playing in the back line. I think that's who it is, unless I'm just, like, not paying attention. No, it is Maggie Hartnett. She's gone in to defensive midfield there, pushed Clara Richards up to the attacking midfield. Haven't seen her play that defensive midfield role too often. Normally see her an outside back or in center back, but
Yeah,
I'm convinced she could do the job.
Statistically, it's listed. We'll just wait for this to go, and I'll tell you what strikes me as odd in the statistics in a second.
Wow. That's some
Speed forced that clearance too. So throw in here for the Tigers. Thrown forward. It has gone out, yeah. So statistically, what I found interesting there is that sub's listed as Malia Cesar for Bree Warner and Maggie Hartnett for Ellie Creek.
That's interesting because that's not what they called out. Maggie Hartnett said Bree, and Malia said Ellie.
Yeah, and yet that must be what they told the people doing the subs on the on the stats. So
I don't know. I often wonder that at the pro level too. I'm like, I know who people came in for. What certain sporting industries are telling me on their apps is not making sense. Like, I'm telling you, my left back did not go out for the striker at the same time that the right winger went out for the center midfielder. It's just not like,
yep.
You don't do it like that.
Ange would do it like that though. Ange balls back. No, Ange would do it the other way around. Left back would go out for a striker. That'd be Ange ball.
Where is he coaching now?
Nottingham Forest. So best of luck to Ange Postecoglou.
Yikes.
He joked. People said, "Oh, when do you win a trophy?" And he said, "The second season, always win." But he said, "No, I've won some in my first season too." And then he joked that I might have to keep this job. Didn't go in, I think, is the call. Going to see a sub. Madison Herrera coming back on.
Was it Forrest who shocked last year and finished top 6?
Yeah, Forrest are playing in Europe.
That blows my mind. Okay.
There was a falling out between a manager and owner. This is what happened there.
I see.
shall we say. Goes out for a throw again for TLU. Just trying to, neither side getting control here for a little while, but it's back now with TLU. Headed away by Cesar, needed to be. It's a lot of height. Cesar is not the tallest player on the pitch.
She got up well there.
Yeah. Tim Cahill-like header from Malia Cesar. Actually, they might have even played for the same club at some point. Not at the same time. But now I'm checking Tim Cahill. No, he played for Sydney Olympic. Never mind. Thought he might have played for Blacktown.
I think Dylan Harrison makes the right substitution at the right time. They're getting Malaya Cesar back on the field. She's their quarterback in midfield. She controls the game, and right now they need somebody to come in here and control the tempo and give Trinity back their composure. And I think also putting in Maggie Hartnett alongside her as a defensive outlet. Really, really smart substitutions from Coach Harrison. He knows exactly what his team needs right now.
There again, Malia Cesar does the work to get possession back for the Tigers. And now if they can go right, there's a big run here from DeGrand. That's what they're looking for. The ball's going to sit up, though, favorably for Alyssa Marquez. But yeah, and I think maybe the Hartnett decision is a reflection. The game's 2-1, and it's been starting to move more towards TLU. And so maybe what you need is to strengthen defense.
Yep. I think you're 100% right. Strengthen defense by bringing in Hartnett and putting her in midfield. You get an extra defender on the field, and bring back in Cesar to control the game, slow it down, give your team back their composure.
And she's off on that pivot, shoulder to shoulder. A gel. Oh, free kick for the Bulldogs. Harris is not happy with it. It sounded from where we were like it was ball.
Yeah, and I think very clearly, at least there was some contact with the ball based on the way it traveled. It just popped straight up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the ball and you get the play, though, it is a foul, and so maybe there was a slight touch, but I don't. It sounded to me like it was very much ball, 2 feet hitting the ball at the same time. That's what it sounded like to me. Agel sent forward. She has been so key to so many things for TLU, but of course the goal came while she was off the pitch. So as the wind picks up, I'm sure you could probably hear it. And now Hannah Khan on and Alex Doran. No, can't sub. It's not Trinity's throw. It's a TLU throw. Throwing comes. It's been an interesting throw technique from Kelly Brame sometimes. Played forward, and now a big run here. It's a beautiful run. There's a chance. Keeper comes well. Good work from Alyssa Marquez. And like you said, good defending. The body's in the way. Makes it hard for her to get something clear.
Yeah, just running across the path of camp a few times there. Doesn't even get a touch, but just makes it difficult for her to get right to the ball.
Yeah, sometimes as a defender, your job is to just get in the way.
Just be annoying. Make it harder.
I do that well every day, but, unrelated.
Maybe you were supposed to be a defender.
Maybe I was supposed to be a defender. I think goalkeepers are more annoying, if we're honest. Free play, edge of the area.
Great touch.
Controlled from DeGrand.
Good defending, though.
Really well defended. Forced her to take a touch, and then the touch let it down. Good work from Newland. Had to go back after the touch got away from her. Looks like DeGrand there again. Goes out for a throw for the Tigers, and now the Tigers can make those changes. Hannah Khan and Alex Doran, if you're unfamiliar, you can only sub on your possession in college soccer. So that's the difference.
Number 5, Lily Noblet.
And Noblet back on for TLU, the goal scorer. Noblet back and Mackenzie Ivey back. Had a bit of a short stint off. Now throw in for the Tigers to get us restarted. Under 10 minutes to go. Tigers 2, Bulldogs 1. Oh, she does well. Beats the defender. Cut back.
Kept it in.
Beautiful defense. It's going to be a free kick the other way. Bulldogs will come away with it. Yeah, I think you're going to give it against the player coming in second for that ball. And it's always going to be the least controversial decision to give it to the defensive team. Played it quicker, but to the complete opposite side to where every Bulldog was. In the end, this might work out. It's a beautiful flick over the top. An opportunity to get forward here for the Bulldogs is Callie Brame. She's been vital to so many things. It's a ball across. Just couldn't find her teammate. That's a beautiful ball from Madison Herrera. It's going to go back to her.
Yeah, good composure
from
from
Suarez. Played forward, just can't get through. She's going to try and fight for it. So much of this game has been about recovery.
Oh,
beautiful
boy.
touch.
A lot of space here.
Big space for Clara Richards, who's not afraid to hit him. Played forward.
Does she have the speed?
She does, but can she get somebody there? Defended well, really well defended. Cut back across the face, but no one's there. And that might go out for a throw. It is.
It's brilliant from Hannah
it's a missed
Kahn.
opportunity from Trinity.
Truly brilliant from Hannah Kahn. I mean, she's asked to do a lot there by that ball from Clara Richards. Does it all. And then she's one-on-one, beats the defender, gets the space, finds the cross. Nobody crashing onto that. That's when you just got to throw your body at the ball.
Oh, that's beautiful work on the left.
Oh, my goodness.
Cuts inside again. Has a go. Didn't take a touch, so it is a goal kick. Still plenty of time, though. 7.5 minutes to go for TLU to find an equaliser. TLU's next match will be their SCAC opener against Austin College. I think if you look at this, they got to be hot contenders for the SCAC title.
Find it interesting that Trinity have put back their starting attack into the game at this stage. I think it's for what I was talking about earlier. Get a dynamic attacking line as you go forward. They want to seal this game off with a counterattack. Right now, Hannah Kahn and Alex Doran look really dangerous when they get on the ball.
There's not a ton of pressure there. Noblet's coming, but she's too far behind, and so that'll allow
Got to clear it.
Tigers to clear. Look, sometimes you just got to put it out for a throw. The pass back was a little short. And so, but that throw's way too quick. It's going to win him a corner in the end. But I would have liked to have seen TLU be a bit more patient there. You've still got, I know you can think, oh, there's only 6 minutes, but that's a lot of time to score a goal.
I'm surprised at how many players TLU are leaving back.
Yeah, you're chasing the game. Goal difference doesn't matter in college soccer.
Now you've got a player drifting in late.
What are the tie breaks? Tie breaks in SCAC, goals scored, I think?
No, she's staying on the edge of the box. I feel like the rule is typically one more player than the opposition leave forward.
Let's go, it's blocked. Oh, nearly back off the deflection. The angle looked scary from a Trinity perspective. Goes out for a throw. That, yeah, like you said, Scott, could have gone anyway. In the end, it goes out for a throw. And a throw for Trinity at that.
We're set up for a frantic last 6 here.
Yeah, it's going to be a tense final 6 minutes. Goes along. I think we're going to see counters from Trinity, counters from TLU.
Doran's speed there. Gets to it. This is what I was talking about. Dangerous on the counter.
Making a big run. Richards is making a big run. Sent up the middle for Richards. She has a go. Keeper spills it. But Trinity can't get there first. TLU clear it away.
There's a chance there to let everybody get off the edge of their seat, feel a little bit more comfortable about how this game was going to go. But as we tick down to 5 minutes, I still feel like this could have a TLU result.
Yeah, I think all 3 results are still possible, really. Trinity do have 1 tie on their record, and it was against another Lutheran. This ball goes out wide. Pacific Lutheran. 1-1 tie.
Good tackle. Really good tackle there. Trinity get their players back too quick for TLU there, though.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the story for Trinity. They're just going to keep players back. They're not the ones chasing the game. They have the right to just defend. They don't need to crash everybody forward.
No, and I think exactly that's exactly what I was talking about earlier when you say you bring back in your starting front three. All right, now you've got a front three that can score goals without the rest of the team coming forward. You can leave your back four and your 2 defensive midfielders there and say, okay, Clara Richards, Alex Doran, Madison Bargansky, Hannah Kahn, it's up to you 4. If you can't score, just take as much time as you can.
Yeah, so the Tigers back on it. And we'll have a sub for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Caitlin Roach coming on.
Caitlin Roach.
Caitlin Roach started this one. Has been a key part of this one. Coming off is Jessica Robinson.
The wind picks up again.
Yeah, pretty windy.
Loose
here.
ball.
Oh, but there is a foul. So TLU will come away with 3 minutes to play.
I don't know. Like, I didn't see too much contact on that.
Yeah, I was watching as the ball went away. So
yeah, me too.
I can't say.
It could have been something late.
Yeah, I can't say what there was there. Referee saw something. Wasn't any real complaints on the Trinity bench. Is kind of my giveaway.
Yeah, Harrison was the only one who had something to say about that.
Yeah, and that felt like his
Great
like the
footwork.
normal like a call went against me kind of complaint, not a genuine.
Oh, tick tick tick.
Yeah,
with a
that's
pass
not
like that. Oh, and they win it.
And now they've got numbers for the Tigers. If they play this right, at the very least they're going to take quite some time off the clock. She stayed on. Ball goes out wide left. Chance to swing it in. There's a lot of numbers in the box. She has to cut it back. Keeper
Goes
came!
herself.
Went herself!
What'd you say?
Yeah, I said she had to cut it back. Turns out no. Turns out she didn't have to cut it back. She could just go herself and put it in the back of the net. So Alex Doran, well chased goal. What she does really well there, and the reason she doesn't have to cut it back, she waits for the keeper to go down.
Yep.
She's looking for the cutback, sees the keeper go down, and then she takes the shot.
You're 100%
So her
right
original
there.
method, her original plan
Probably
was I'm going to
yeah.
cut it back. But then she looks up, she sees the keeper coming and going down.
And I
puts the
think
goal in the back of
Marquez
the net.
is probably thinking that she's going to do that as well, and that's why she goes down in the way that she does. She's trying to make sure that she is there to kind of cut off that back pass as well. As a keeper there, you're kind of stuck. You have to come to the near post. If you don't, Doran can just tap it in.
Tap it in. Yep.
But then if that pass goes into the middle, you're beaten. It's over, right? So she has to try and block that cross there, and Doran does a really good job of baiting it, as you said.
Alex Doran comes alive in that Golden Boot race. That's her 6th of the season, 8th of her career.
I think she's 2 behind.
That's what I'm just
Bargansky?
pulling up now. Bargansky is at 7.
Well, she got 1 tonight.
That's the 7. She was on
Okay.
6 coming in. Because Bargansky was 1 behind yesterday.
I thought she was 1 ahead after last game. Oh, well, that would make sense. If she was 1 ahead and they both scored, so that she's 1 ahead again.
She's 1 ahead again. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. She was 1 ahead. She was 1 behind going into Sunday's game.
Yeah. Before Sunday. Well, we said it. There was
Whoever
another
got the
goal
third-
in it, and
whoever got
whoever
the
was going to get it.
Whoever got that 4th goal of this game was going to win the game. Yeah, obviously, TLU, the path to victory is certainly gone. About 70 seconds to go.
The scoreline is going to flatter Trinity a little bit,
bit.
winning by 2. But what a game it's been!
No, it's been an
And
entertaining
it came
game.
down all the way down to that goal, really.
1 minute.
Now look, I think there's been a lot of SCAC teams that have played Trinity this season.
Yeah.
And it's been a good hit out to kind of get a picture of who's going to be the contender in the SCAC now that Trinity's gone.
Yep.
Same with Southwestern. So if you look at those 2 games, if you're trying to scout the SCAC, I'd look at those games. I'd look at the games Trinity have played, and look at the games Southwestern have played against SCAC opponents. And TLU, I think, have got to be a team that you're thinking are going to win the
Yeah.
SCAC championship.
I don't know that a SCAC team has played Trinity as well as TLU have tonight.
And if they do manage to win the SCAC tournament, it would be their first NCAA tournament appearance. So could be a big, big year for TLU. 13 seconds to go.
10 seconds. 9.
Goes
8,
along.
7,
Doesn't look like there's going to be another chance here. It's blocked. So TLU's next game is their conference opener, their SCAC opener. They are going to play Austin College on the road in Austin. Trinity, their next match is their last non-conference game of the season. It will be at Mary Hardin Baylor at 5 p.m. on the 27th. But our next game here is on Friday, 26th. It's going to be the Trinity men up against UC Santa Cruz Banana Sox. So join us for that men's match on Friday. There's a look at your stats. In the end, Trinity certainly the team on top.
11 shots on goal is an impressive stat line.
Yeah, especially out of 19. So solid work in the end for the Tigers. And so Tigers run out 3-1 winners in the end. Maybe a touch flattering, but I think in the end well deserved. And you know, they get the goal late when TLU are chasing the game as well. So those things are going to happen. Good win for Trinity. Those are the kind of games that you got to get through and win to really stamp your chances. We'll have a look at the goals here. The early opportunities. That's the Noblet goal for TLU that pulled them back into this one. It's a well-taken goal. And then the winner, well, it won't go down as the game winner, will it? Because it was a 3-1.
The clincher.
It clinched the game, certainly. Really well-taken strike. But there you are. There's your final stats. 3-1, your final score here. Trinity over TLU. We'll be back on Friday night for a men's game against Trinity taking on UC Santa Cruz. I've been Chris Hockman. With me has been Scott Lebo. From all of us here at Tiger Network, we hope you have a good week, and we hope to see you again on Friday.
Every morning, we rise, ready to meet our human potential, to take that next incremental step, to do the hard work that changes. Set in our preparedness and confidence in that moment when you know, I've got this. And then we rise. Each of us, all of us. We rise as passions coalesce in research, art, athletics, and beyond. We rise to the challenge of inquiry and discovery through undergraduate research and hands-on learning. We rise through the personal attention of a small college fueled by large university resources. We rise to the need for listening across differences, teaching the art and the act of conversation. We rise to the sounds of a vibrant, diverse, and culturally rich city, and we reflect it. At Trinity University, we recognize that you are here because you are ready to rise. And through a love of learning and a life of learning, we will challenge you to always reach beyond the horizon. Because your future awaits.